All right, we are on Parah Perek Mishnah Vav, 6th Mishnah in the 9th chapter of Masechet Parah. Really interesting, unusual halacha. We're going to see what the source of it actually is as well. Says the Mishnah, Mechatat ve'efer chatat. If you have mechatat, waters that have the efer, the ashes of the Parah Aduma, or the actual ashes of the Parah Aduma themselves, Lo ya'avirein b'nahar u'basfina. You should not pass them over in over a river or in a boat. V'lo yashitem apnei amayim. You should not yashitem float them on the water. I mean, if you have a raft or you have any kind of boat, no floating the mechatat over the water. V'lo ya'amod b'tzad zeh v'yizrukem b'tzad zeh. You can't stand on one side and throw it to the other side. Okay, so how do you cross? We're going to see. You can use a bridge. Or aval overhu b'mayim ad savra, but you can walk and you can as long as your feet are on the ground, you can pass it in the water if the water's up to your neck. Overhu hatahor lechatat ubiyadav kli rekam hatahor lechatat. Or you can pass over the person who's tahor lechatat and he has the kli that's empty, that's tahor lechatat. Ubemayim she'en mekudashin. Or you can have mayim, water that's not mekudash, meaning somehow you have to get the ashes to the other side. You have to get it to the other side of the river. But you're not allowed to, but you can't have the mechatat or the efer chatat being floated either on a boat or on anything floated or throwing from one side of the river to the other. So it's really weird. What in the world is going on? Why in the world can't you take the mechatat and float them over a river? Says the Bartanura, the gazur mishum ma'aseh be'adam echad. There's a gezerah, there's a decree of one person. She'amavir mechatat ve'efer chatat. He was transferring the mechatat, the waters of the chatat, the paraduma, and the efer and the ashes, basfina beyarden, in a boat in the Yarden, the nimtza kezayit mate tachu bekarkeita shel sfina. And it turns out that in the boat itself there was a kezayit of the mate that was tachuv, that was stuck into the bottom of the boat, and the whole thing was eventually tameh. So because of that, let's look at this is actually a quote of the Gemara in Chagiga. It also appears in Yevamot. This is Chagiga. Chaf Aleph Amud Aleph. See if I can find here. Chaf Gimel Amud Aleph. Excuse me. So let's see the Gemara itself. We'll move myself over. Let's see the Gemara itself. The Gemara actually brings a Braita that's Kamaaseh Shaya Mai. What's the story? The Tanya. We're learning a Braita. We're in the middle of a sugya, but that's not relevant to us. Lo yisa adam mechatat ve'efer chatat. Person shouldn't carry the waters of paraduma or the efer v'yavriyem b'yarden u'b'sfina. So you shouldn't carry them over the Jordan River or in a boat. See, interesting here in the Braita it says b'yarden. In our Mishnah that we had, okay, it says lo yavrim b'nahar. We translate it somehow got translated to any river, but in the Braita it's Yarden. Okay, you can't stand on one side, throw it to the other. You can't float it. The Braita adds, you can't ride on an animal. Or you can't ride on somebody else. Unless your feet touch the ground. But you can go over on a bridge. Okay, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, Rabbi, so one opinion is whether it's a Jordan River or other rivers. Rabbi Chanai ben Akavia Omer said of Chanai ben Akavia, Lo asu ela b'yarden u'basfina u'kishma'aseh ayah. The answer was the Jordan River in a boat because of what happened. Because apparently, what happened? Rav Yehuda Amar Rav said, Rav Yehuda in the Rav, Ma'aseh ba'adam echad she'amavir mechatat. Person was transporting the chatat water, the efer chatat b'yarden, and the efer chatat in the Yarden, u'basfina, in the boat. As we said, it turns out they found out afterwards that there was a kazayit of mate that was in the bottom of the boat. At that moment they said, a person shouldn't carry it via Yarden basfina. I transfer it, interesting, by Yarden, in the Yarden, in a boat. It's a very, very specific zera. Chazal sometimes did this. It seems like that's the reason. Not except but it got extended to in a river. Extended to any boat at all, any river. So if you look at, there's a page of the Machon Haaretz, Machon Torah Haaretz. They're like, what happens? Can you use new emtzayim? Can you take it in a car today? Does the gzeira only the gzeira, or the gzeira a person has to carry it? Can you take it? They have one I like. What about taking it on a richuf magneti, like a magnetic? I think that means like a mag train or whatever. So that's why they have rabbis to figure these things out. I think if people are bored, it's an interesting theoretical question. Nonetheless, it's an interesting thing that Chazal made a gzeira in order to, because of a story that happened, in order to prevent that story from happening again. And I often wonder, that's really, why can't they say, check the boat? And I have sometimes wondered with these such specific Zeirot, is there something more to the story? We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning. If you have thoughts, you can share them with me. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.